You know that feeling? That quiet, lingering sense that you just don't quite fit in here? It's this tension a lot of believers feel, but it's kind of hard to put your finger on. So let's dive in and figure out what's really going on behind that feeling.
Let's just get right to it. Have you ever felt that, like you're an outsider, even in places that should feel like home? It's a feeling that runs deeper than just being lonely. And look, this feeling hangs around even when you're doing all the normal stuff. You've got a job, you're paying the bills, you're dealing with all the struggles of life, and yet deep down there's this little voice whispering, this isn't permanent, this isn't the final destination.
Okay, so if you feel that way, it's not just you being weird. The Bible actually has a diagnosis for that stranger feeling. It tells us that what you're sensing is actually a symptom of a massive, reality-altering change that's already happened inside you.
So here it is, the big idea. If you're a Christian believer, you are, by definition, a citizen of another kingdom who's just living here on earth for a little while. Your passport might say one thing, but your soul's allegiance, your true identity, is registered somewhere else entirely.
And listen, this isn't some nice poetic idea. It's not a metaphor. The Apostle Paul states it like a fact. He says our citizenship is in heaven. Right now, that's a present tense reality, and it absolutely changes how we see everything about our lives here.
And just look at the words used here. Colossians says we've been delivered, rescued from one entire domain and literally transferred into another one. That's official language. That's the language of a legal, binding change of status.
And this is so important to get. This transfer of your citizenship isn't something you're waiting for. It's not a prize at the end of the race. For a believer in Jesus, it is a done deal. It happened the second you put your faith in Him. You are already a citizen of His kingdom.
Okay, so if this is all true, if we've really been transferred, that leads to a really personal question we've got to ask ourselves. It's time to do a little diagnostic check on our own hearts. Seriously, let's just take a beat right here and think about this. Really think. You might live on earth, but what kingdom is really calling the shots in your inner world? What truly governs your thoughts, your motivations, your deepest desires? And you know what? Jesus himself gives us the perfect tool to figure this out. He says, look, if you want to know where your true allegiance is, just follow the money or follow your treasure. What you value most tells the whole story.
So let's break that down. What do you treasure? What gets your best energy? Your first thoughts in the morning? What do you daydream about? Is it getting that promotion, hitting a financial goal, or just getting more likes online? The answers to those questions, well, they reveal which king you're really serving.
And that right there, that's why it all makes sense now. When your heart's true treasure is stored up in heaven, of course you're going to feel like a stranger here. Your values are different, your hope is different, you're just passing through on the way to your real home.
All right, so once we figure out where our heart's really at, what then? What does this actually look like day to day? How does being a citizen of heaven change how you live on earth? Well, it creates a very real and honestly a very stark contrast. Just look at the comparison here. It's night and day. The world's operating system runs on getting even, on self-promotion, on bending the rules to get ahead. But the government of Christ's kingdom? It runs on a completely different code. Forgiveness, humility, faithfulness. These two systems are just incompatible. So it's pretty much a guarantee, right? When you start living by the laws of your true home country, you're going to start looking a little different from the culture around you. Your character, the way you react to things, your choices, they all start to point back to a different king. And that's really the heart of it all. For the believer, the ultimate authority isn't public opinion. It's not the latest trend. It's not who's in office. The ultimate authority is a person, King Jesus. His word is the law of the land for your heart. Okay, this is where things get really, really good. We've talked about the past, our transfer, and the present, our allegiance. Now let's talk about the incredible hope this citizenship gives us for the future.
Right now, today, Christ's kingdom, it's mostly invisible, isn't it? It's not a country on a map. It's a spiritual nation, living quietly inside the transformed hearts of his people scattered all across the globe. But that's not the end of the story. Not by a long shot. The Bible promises that a day is coming when the king is going to return, and this kingdom that's now spiritual and hidden is going to become physical, visible, and global.
This is that incredible hope we read about, often called the Millennial Kingdom. It's the ultimate fulfillment of every promise. It's a time when Jesus will reign on this earth, not just in our hearts, but from a real throne,
bringing the perfect government of justice and peace that we all long for.
And here's the kicker. This is how today connects to that amazing future. Our chance to reign with Christ then is directly linked to our choice to let Him rule in our hearts now. You could say that our training for reigning with Him tomorrow happens by submitting to His reign today.
And this is why, no matter what happens, no matter what the news says, we can have this deep, unshakable peace. Earthly powers, they're all temporary. They come and they go. But the kingdom we belong to, it's eternal. It cannot be shaken.
So it all comes down to this one question. This isn't about politics or your earthly passport. This is about the eternal allegiance of your soul. Every single day, with every single choice, you are casting a vote. You are choosing which kingdom you will serve. So, which will it be?